And tell me what you do. Is the microphone?
Reverend Butts, thank you so much for being part of the Newark Roundtable Leadership Series today. Just a few questions in summary of your experience here. What do you think are really the critical and urgent issues from this discussion that should be considered as part of this discussion?
Affordability and access. College, higher education is very expensive, even in the public institutions, but I would encourage people to look more closely at the public institutions. And access. We have to prepare our young men and women to be college ready. They have to learn how to write especially, but also reading. And this goes then into the deeper issues that we face in primary and secondary education. That's a long discussion, but affordability and access are the two challenging issues, I think.
Fantastic. How, both personally and professionally, what is the value of having these kind of conversations?
Well, for me, those persons who attend have resources to work with, hopefully, as a result of being here. We mentioned books that they can read. We give concepts that they can consider. Many people here are educators already, or they have been. They work in their churches. They encourage and inspire students. They give information, counsel to students who are maybe on their way to college, or they devise programs in the churches or in the colleges where they work that can help support or encourage students. So I find this to be particularly stimulating because I hear from my colleagues in ministry as well as my colleagues in higher education. So I go away with concepts and ideas that may be helpful to me, and I hope others will do the same.
And finally, what do you think are the most important takeaways from this discussion in terms of next steps?
Well, the most important takeaways from this discussion in terms of next steps, one is that we ought to do it again. Two is that we ought to expand the audience. And three is that we really need to have more legislators here, men and women who make the laws, particularly where public education is concerned, and men and women who can, if they say nothing, benefit from hearing what the people say. I always find these to be stimulating, not because I'm a panelist, but because of what I learned from listening to those who are on the panel. And so let's do it again.
Thank you so much for being a part.